Welcome back in. Wow. Can't believe it's already episode 200. Feels like it's, we're on episode like 50, 75. It doesn't truly feel like I have 200, count them, 200 episodes out. That's honestly pretty crazy. Shout out to everyone who's been following along and watching. It's only beginning. So without any further ado, I don't think we really need to, damn. Got hit a little bit, I guess. Without any further ado, I think you know what day it is. I won't lie, we record on a Wednesday, so it's a little weird, but it's Wednesday / Thursday. You know what that means. Pickem Thursday, week 9. But this is from week 8, as you can see. Tough. I can't believe I finished. Honestly, with how many. I just can't believe the points I missed. It sucks. Literally, I just missing 14-13 killed me this week. Not mad about the week at all. I thought we had a pretty good week. It's just. Got killed by 14-13. Literally, if I switch San Francisco and the Jets, that's 5 extra points. That puts me at 101. All of a sudden, boom, right up here in contention. I mean, it's not a bad week at all. I can't complain about it. Just a little bit frustrating because, especially the one game I lied. The one thing I can't complain about is where's that game at? This game right here. As you can see, Danny has a 14 on Arizona. Your boy had a 6 on Miami. We talked about it on the last episode, if you watched Tuesday's episode. This is now, I think, the 4th or 5th week in a row Danny's gained a 20-point swing on me in one game. And as you can see, I mean, this game literally saved him from... That's the difference of me having 102, and you take away 14 points from Danny, put him at close to 80. I mean... You hate to see it, because, yeah, as you look at the overview, I mean, it's starting to get to a point where he is... I mean, he's running away with it points-wise. If he's going to get... Well, he's not going to catch him. If he's going to get point breaks like that every week where... Especially the Arizona game. I still can't believe Arizona won that game. If he's going to catch us in games like that, and it's like, hey... You know, shake buddy's hand and be like, I guess we just got to lose that way. As you can see, though, I mean, we're right in the thick of it, right in the middle of the group. It's just been a really, really slow start where we've just done... Instead of years past where we either have a super slow start or an amazing start and then heat up as it goes, we've been fairly consistent the whole way out. So hopefully that means we got a banger coming here soon because, man, all these average weeks ain't doing too well. Because, I mean, I'm slowly gaining on some people, slowly going up. But it's just like, boy, Danny's going to keep flying away. I mean, he's the only one. He's at 730. We're at 664. I ain't a math guy, but we got some room to catch up. So without any further ado, going into... This week, I'm shocked that New York's as favorites as it is. I mean, they're probably going to end up winning this game, knowing my luck, because I've picked New York, I think, the last, 3 to 4 weeks, it feels like, and now I'm going against them, so they're going to win. Have to take Atlanta here, just with how bad Dallas has been. Man, so there's going to be 2 games right in a row I'm probably going to put low points on, because I will not be shocked if either of the other 2 sides win. Going to Miami-Buffalo, we're going to take Buffalo here. We're going to try and knock this Pickem section out a little bit quicker than normal, too. I usually spend about 15 to 20 minutes on it. Since I'm breaking these games down basically twice, I feel like I can maybe just go a little bit quicker. So I don't spend just all day saying the same shit over and over again. Cincinnati, Las Vegas, have to go Cincinnati here. I just can't pick Las Vegas, man. Chargers, Cleveland. I'm going to take Chargers here. Yeah, I got to take Chargers here. Tennessee, New England. Ooh. Is it bad I want to take New England? I do not like how this Tennessee team is coached at all. This feels like a game that they should win, though. But, man, we'll come back to this one, but I just don't think I can pick them. Washington, New York, have to take Washington here. I just can't take New Orleans, Carolina. I got to take New Orleans here. I can't take the fact that 11% of people have picked Carolina. I give them respect because, man, I don't got the balls to do that. Baltimore, Denver. Ooh, this is going to be a fun game right here. I'm going to take Baltimore. That's going to be a fun little battle. Philadelphia, Jacksonville. Got to take Philadelphia. Arizona, Chicago. Ooh, I think I picked Arizona last year. Chicago ended up waxing them. So this is a very similar situation where I kind of want to take Chicago. But Arizona's been sneaky good. I'm going to take Arizona just because. So watch. This is a game where they're favorited in probably, so they're going to lose this game. It's been Arizona's MO. I got to take Detroit here over Green Bay. This is going to be an awesome, fun game, especially just because we don't know what's going on with Jordan Love. I don't know. That's a really weird situation. The more I looked about it and looked into it, that seems like it was more of a buildup of hits that got him hurt. But, man, the fact that he hurt back. I mean, obviously they came out and said it's a groin injury, but in game they're like, ooh, back. You heard some other things. It's like, oh, man, what is going on with Jordan Love? So we're going to take Detroit. Very curious to see if Jordan Love ends up being okay. Especially you got to take Detroit after the big one they just had. First toss-up, truly. We'll just go... We'll take 1 point in the Rams, hope they win, and at worst, we'll hedge for our Seattle futures. Minnesota, Indianapolis. We're going to do very similar to what we did last week with Houston. We're going to pick Houston, but we're going to probably bet Indianapolis. Kansas City, Tampa Bay. Got to take Kansas City, especially with all the injuries that Tampa Bay's dealing with. So we'll go 21-24 here. Why are we choosing the Jacksonville-Philadelphia game? Usually they feel like they pick the primetime game. Oh, that's why. That makes sense. For those of you wondering why this isn't the... These are usually the primetime games, so it's the Sunday night primetime game and the Monday night primetime game. They moved the Monday night game. This was originally... So Philadelphia-Jacksonville originally was going to be the primetime game for Sunday. Excuse me, Sunday, not Monday. But they ended up moving it, so... We're going to just do 21-24 for both. So yeah, now it's Colts-Vikings instead of Jacksonville-Philadelphia. That makes more sense. Who's going to score the most this week? We'll go New Orleans because they're playing Carolina. Who's going to score the least? Probably Las Vegas. We'll just go Las Vegas, even though I don't think that's true at all. I just don't want to spend too much time on this tiebreaker just because, yeah. I can't really. That second one's more of just guessing by my end. Just like, all right, who's playing kind of a bad defense and who's playing a kind of good defense. But yeah, now we're gonna have to go with the points. This is gonna be the fun part. Who's on bye this week? If we only got 15 games, we got 2 teams on bye. Steelers and who? I can't believe I just pulled that out of my ass. 49ers. Cause yeah, shout out. I can't believe I remember that Steelers one. But yeah, like I said, we need to lock in a little bit. Oh, man. Buffalo, Miami. I feel like I'm going to have a lot of points in Buffalo here. I think they're going to win big, but that one's probably going to end up changing. Oh, man. I'm going to be heartbroken if Washington loses this one. We're going to put a good amount on them. I think Washington should beat the Giants. But I will give the Giants credit. They have been, like, flirty, kind of, like, weird good in some of these games where it's like, man, can they actually almost win this game? I mean, shit, even on Monday night against the Steelers, I didn't feel like they were going to win, but they were doing some stuff towards the second half where you're like, why are they still in this game? What's going on? So we're kind of leaning them there. New Orleans, Carolina, this has to be my 15. Especially until Carolina beats somebody again, I have to take this as my 15. Okay. Sorry, I got sidetracked with having to move something real quick. So, Philadelphia, now we're going to, Philadelphia, Jacksonville. I was going to put a kind of biggish on that, but why is Philadelphia that? I mean, maybe, you know what? Maybe I should just believe in them. Where'd I put my 15? All right, there. So we'll go 14 next. Kansas City, we got, I feel pretty good about them winning that game. We'll put a 9 on there. Minnesota, feel pretty good about them. I could probably even go a bit higher. We might even do this little move right here. Bump everybody up 1. Not bad about that. Who did I say I was going to put my... Oh, yeah, these 2 games. So we'll go... Did I even use my 1 yet? I used my 1 on the Rams Seattle. I'm actually kind of okay with that. We'll use a 3 here, 2 here for right now. Cincinnati, Las Vegas. I'm actually going to make this my... We're actually going to re-bump everything up 1. So we'll go... Yeah, we'll just, yeah, like I said, bump everything up 1. I will admit, a little bit scared of this, Ooh, I do not like action. Oh, man. We're starting to get to some point where I'm not like, you know what? I really do. You know what? We'll just do it. I really don't want to do this, but we'll put... I really don't want to put my 13 or 14 on Washington and Buffalo, but it's just, mainly because they're, Buffalo is a home team, so that does help me out a little bit, but that's going to be a decent division game. It just feels like any of those 2 teams, neither of them should lose to the team they're playing. I mean, there's a chance they do, but I just don't. I don't think so. I don't think they should. Man, some of these points are tough, I'm not going to lie. So we basically have 4 through 8 now. We'll go 7 here because I'm assuming they're not playing. We'll go 8 Arizona, 6 Baltimore. We'll go 4 Houston. Man, this might actually what we end up doing. Sorry if that felt a little sloppy. I was just trying to be a little bit more locked in with the points, but this is what we got looking at. Not too bad of a week at all. The ones I'm most confident in, I guess we can do that part. Most confident in, that Baltimore-Denver spread is obnoxiously high. Maybe I should raise that number a little bit. I'm actually going to do that real quick. Just to be a little bit safer, we'll just go 8 here and flip that with Arizona. I like that. Feel a little bit safer about that, just simply for... I mean, Vegas knows something. I have a little bit... Maybe I just have a little bit too much respect for Denver and Sean Payton, what they put on the film. And I mean, Baltimore should win this game, especially bouncing back from a loss, but... I don't know. I just feel that spread... That being the biggest spread of the weekend is just surprising, honestly. I mean, I guess because some of these... I guess Kansas City is a 9, so that's still technically lower, yeah. Man, I'm honestly kind of shocked by that. That's the biggest spread this weekend, but... Man, we got some fun games. The New England one should be really fun. New England, Atlanta, Houston. Those are going to be the 3 games I feel like... Houston one, I guess, actually, probably more of my family might end up on them. Atlanta, I feel like... Atlanta, Arizona, New England... I feel like there's one game. The Rams, even though I don't have a big point at the Rams, I feel like those are going to be the 4 games that might tilt the week. This is going to be one of those weeks, man. I just feel like there's going to be a lot of change. I mean, we talked about it last week. I mean, look at this back half. I mean, everybody basically had same picks in the second half of the window except for a few little sprinkles here and there. But for the most part, I mean, everyone had the same picks. I don't think that's going to be happening this week. I think this week we're going to see a little bit more of the shift. With that being the case, I think we're ready. That's my picks for the week. Just for real quick to give everyone a quick overview again. So we are, what is that, like 66 points out of first place. That seems like a lot, but truly it's not. It is, but it's not. I mean, we've talked about the last 3 weeks. I've been able, legit, last 3 weeks, if the games go, one game goes my way instead of Danny's way, we cut 20 points each of those weeks into him. So, I mean, it's truly just a matter of getting the ball a little bit roll our way. Because, I mean, look at our records. Danny and I are damn near identical in records. I mean, we're in the top, what is that, 3? Technically, so King Michael, grandfather, has 1. He's in first place, I guess, technically. 3rd. So, like, 4th or 5th with record-wise. I feel really good about that. Because the biggest thing, obviously, the points matter, but the more picks you get right, the more points you get. Believe it or not. So, as long as we stay in those top 3 with the pick records-wise, I feel like we're going to do pretty fine this season. Because, like I said, obviously we want first place, but, I mean, if we get podium, I'm not going to complain about that. You can never complain about podium, but overall, like I said, need to be a little bit better, because, yeah, representing, not being 8th place, kind of stinky, but, like I said, we've just had some bad rolls in some games. Hopefully we get a few, all we need is, like, 2-3 good weeks of some lucky rolls going our way in a few of these games, and we'll be great, man. But without any further ado, we're going to head back to the gridiron. I think it's time for us to talk some bets. So, like I said, we're going to hop right in. Betting-wise, I'll admit, what the fuck? I don't know if you guys could hear that, but somebody just... that's literally what I heard, except imagine it a little bit higher pitch. Higher pitch, that was... Alright, I don't know if that got picked up. That was interesting. Anyway, moving on. Wait, what is this a 30% boost for? Is this for the... We'll figure that out later. We don't need to worry about the World Series right now. Also, man. Shout out the Yankees, man. They at least are making it... They're trying to make it competitive. But anyway, like I said, let's actually talk about some bets now. Going on to the NFL. I don't get this, so we're going to take Texans money line for Thursday night. I do not get why they are dogs. I truly don't. Funny enough, speaking of dogs, super side note. Shout out my uncle. Got a stray cat just hanging around their house now. That was very funny how I was talking about dogs, and then sure enough I get sent a photo of a cat. Maybe that's a sign. Don't go with the dog, go with the... I'm just kidding. Anyway, see, really shocked by this. I don't get why it's damn near not a pick 'em like -110, -110. I genuinely do not get why the Jets are favored in this game. Prop-wise, we're probably going to wait to give out some props because, I mean, who the fuck is CJ Stroud throwing to? Both quarterbacks to throw for over 1.5 passing touchdowns is plus money. CJ Stroud's plus 162. I think the rushing... Is rushing where this Jets defense been weakest? I'm going to check that out in a second because we might be taking some rushing overs for Joe Mixon. CJ Stroud, rush over 8.5. Give me that. 81.5 yards. Ridiculous. We might take that, though. Stroud over 8.5 rush yards. We like that. Especially because if you watched the Pat McAfee show during this week, Bill Belichick pointed it out a few times. I don't know, obviously, how right he was, but because the player came out, obviously, and tried to correct him. But there's a lot of open rush lanes for... Who'd they play? Was it the Patriots? Don't know why it took me so long. But there's a lot of open rush lanes for the Patriots. So I like their chances there. Joe Mixon, we'll take his rush yards, I guess, over as well. Remember, for those of you who are new, feel free to check out Stare Down Sports over the weekend. I will have it linked in the description and everything. This is only phase 1, so I'm going to give out a lot of plays here. A lot of stuff I'm thinking about. And then phase 2 will be when I write for the article, so it's going to be a mix of these two. So basically just know there's always 2 phases. It's just, yeah, because basically the first phase 2, we don't got any props out really at all. And, yeah, especially this Thursday night game, I'm not going to go too prop heavy on it just because I don't know, man. This team is just weird. I mean, you're looking at Dalton Schultz and Tank Dell are the 2 leading targets for... And Joe Mixon, I guess, is up there as well. But you're getting nobody with any really passing props for the Texans because of all the injuries and everything. So I don't even know who C.J. Stroud's going to be going to. So that's why I'm going to hold off. We might lean... Let me see what total receptions are for... 3.5 is a lot, I feel like. We might take Joe Mixon's over in receptions, but yeah, past that, we're probably gonna... I'll write an article for Stay Down Sports tomorrow with all my official plays for this game if you want to see any of the other props I'm going to be taking. But I think I'm going to go too prop heavy in this game, honestly. This is... fuck it. Oh, shit. Okay. Never mind, we changed some... we're for sure taking Joe Mixon's rushing over, and we're going to take Joe Mixon anytime touchdown. He is on an NBA Jam. I did not realize that. And he's also on an NBA Jam he has 300-yard rushing games in a row that he's played in, so... Yeah, we might be taking his rushing over. So, yeah, rushing over, C.J. Stroud rushing over, Mixon anytime touchdown. Texans money line and Stroud over 8.5 rushing yards. That's what we're looking at for that game. I'm probably going to stay away from some Jets props. We'll wait. Maybe watch live. Maybe if I can get Aaron Rodgers. Can I get Aaron Rodgers rushing under? Might do that. That's not up. If I can get that, if I can find that in another book, I'll let you know. I am tempted to take Aaron Rodgers rushing under because he just doesn't scramble. But yeah, that's going to do it for that game. Like I said, Texans money line. Joe Mixon rushing over and rushing touchdown. Or I guess anytime touchdown, doesn't have to be rushing. Joe Mixon anytime touchdown. Rushing over. C.J. Stroud rushing over. Texans money line. Sorry, not Saints. Yeah, Patriots, 3.5-point dogs to the Titans. Give me the Patriots plus 3.5. All right, that's all I'm taking for that game. I just think this is going to be about a field goal-ish game. It's the fact that I'm getting the hook here. Definitely will take that. They don't even have player props out yet. I don't know. Drake May has a chance to play. Who knows? That's why I'm going to take if he plays, I love this 3.5. If he doesn't play, I don't know if I'm fully behind the brisket anymore. But I think that they can elite. Like I said, I think the Patriots I think they can just keep it close. That's the best way to put it. Both these teams kind of stink. You probably shouldn't bet on this game to begin with, but if I'm going to take them. Saints, 7-point favorites over the Carolina Panthers. Stay away. Usually we fade the... We'll write it in red. Saints minus 7.5. Usually we fade, but... Sorry, it's only 7. Saints minus 7 at minus 115. Might take it. Usually we just straight up fade the Panthers. Saints blew them out last game. I just don't know if Derek Carr is fully officially starting, so we're going to stay away. Like I said, there's a lot of stayaways in the NFL this week. Speaking of, Baltimore, 9.5-point favorites over Broncos. This is just too big of a line. I lay in the Broncos just how big this line is, but I also think that with how talented Lamar Jackson is and the Ravens are, they can put up some points. Denver's defense, also pretty good. So it's like, man, this is just going to be a fun game to watch. We'll probably be taking some Derrick Henry stats, Lamar Jackson stats. But yeah, no official plays, but I'm going to look through, see what some numbers look like, maybe take some. Lamar Jackson over 1.5 passing touchdowns has been pretty nice. We might look at that one again. But like I said, this Denver's defense is actually pretty decent. So we're going to, like I said, 9.5, 2. Kind of lean the Broncos just because it's a lot of points, but we don't need to bet on every game. If we're giving out a lot of bets this year, we can afford to take some games off. Speaking of taking games off, Bengals, Raiders, 7.5-point dogs. I want nothing to do with this game, brother. Absolutely nothing to do with this game. 7.5 feels way too big. I think the Bengals should win this by a good amount, but if the Chiefs aren't beating the Raiders by that much, I am for sure I'm not taking the Bengals, who have shown they can struggle to put up points. Ah, man. Chargers, 1.5 point faves over the Browns, traveling to Cleveland. You know what? I will take this. We will take Chargers minus 122. Liked a lot what I saw from last weekend. I know they played an inferior foe in the Saints, especially with the offense the Saints were putting out. But I like seeing the moxie from Justin Herbert. I love seeing the offensive lineman defending him. That just feels like a team that's, as the weeks go on, they're starting to slowly unlock themselves a little bit more. Ladd McConkey looked pretty nice last game. Yeah, I just look for this game. I look for the Chargers to win this straight up. Cleveland coming off an amazing win last weekend. Won't be shocked if they have a slight little bit of letdown. And hey, best part about the Browns now, starting Jameis Winston, they're going to throw the ball a lot potentially. They're going to give you a lot of chances for an interception, and he's also going to have a lot of chances to score. It's going to be, you got the Chargers defense as well. It's going to be, you want to talk about football games, this is going to be a fun football game. Now, viewing-wise, might not be the prettiest, but this is going to be a fun game. Give me the Chargers to win that one. Might look at some J.K. Dobbins stuff as well, but like I said, since most of these props aren't out, feel free to check out Stay Down Sports for the props aspect of it, but I'm curious to see what Ladd McConkey, some of his stuff is. Who was it for the Browns? David Njoku, obviously we're going to be on him. There's somebody else for the Browns as well that I was potentially going to be looking at. I can't remember that, but so obviously I don't think they were that important. I guess, but yeah, Chargers minus 1.5 is the main, or Chargers, we're just going to take money line, honestly, minus 122, not horrible. Not horrible juice, rather just not even mess with the hook at this point. Yeah, I think Chargers is good. Like I said, we'll look at some J.K. Dobbins stuff, see what maybe Ladd McConkey's props are at. Maybe check out some David Njoku props. Chubb anytime touchdown. Like, there's some stuff we might be able to mess with in this game. But yeah, these are two teams that kind of spread the ball out a good amount. So, past David Njoku, J.K. Dobbins, Ladd McConkey, I don't know what I'm going to do prop-wise. Bills, 5.5 point favorites over the Dolphins. Give me the Bills. I think the Bills are just rolling. They looked good last week. Looked good the week before. I mean, this just feels like they're finally starting to hit their stride a little bit. Play calling is just everything's right. I mean, they kicked the shit out of Seattle. I mean, that game wasn't even close. And that was in Seattle. You had Geno Smith coming out and saying, like, yeah, it sounded like we were at an away game at some points. And I don't think I've ever heard that in my lifetime. Oh, let's see how quickly these line moves real quick. Bryce Young just got announced as the starter. Where's this game at? Still, Andy Dalton's the backup. Bryce Young's the starter. Still 7. All right, so that tells you all you need to know. If you remember last week when we were on the show, the second that Bryce Young got announced as a starter, the line we're talking instant move from 8.5 to 10.5, like instantly, damn near. And yeah, this line hasn't budged an inch, and I'm just sitting here waiting. I've even refreshed it a few times. Yeah, so pretty much what that tells you is the line's already set in for Bryce Young to start. That being 7 points, that feels way too low, honestly. So that makes me wonder if Derek Carr's even playing. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that one. But yeah, like I said, going back to the Bills, they kicked the shit out of Seahawks. Kicked the shit out of the team they played the week before. That I can't remember. So they've been on a really good roll. Dolphins, I'm still pissed. This also might be just me fading the Dolphins a bit for losing that last game. I genuinely do not get how they lost that last game. So stupid. Josh Allen over 1.5 passing touchdowns, minus 115. I think I do like that. I might even take Tua passing touchdowns as well. You know what? We'll take them both. We'll take Tua and Josh over passing touchdowns. Basically, we're just going to hope one hits. If Tua hits, then both are covered. If Josh Allen hits, we basically break even. I think this is going to be about a 28 is 21, 28-24. I feel like that's going to be a score I can see potentially happening. Cowboys, 2.5 dogs. The Falcons, straight stay away. I lean Falcons. They have touchdown scoring props up. That's interesting. But nothing else. We might look at some Drake London stuff. They don't have any. How they have no kicking props up? We might look at Younghoe Koo's what his points are, because if he can get, let's see. I'm pissed at myself. I can't tell you how mad I am. So Boswell's over under kicking points was 7.5 plus money on Monday Night Football, and I didn't take it. Didn't Didn't give it out, didn't take it, looked at it like, wow, that feels really good. And I just didn't do it, and I'm pissed because shit hit the first half. So we're going to be probably looking at some Young Wei Koo stats there. So actually, I'll write that down. But past that, yeah, we're just going to stay away from that game. I just don't know. I won't lie to you. I truly don't know who can win that game. You could tell me 15 different ways that could go, and I would probably believe you about every single one except the Cowboys running the football effectively. Moving on. No, truly, the Cowboys' run game is just absolutely atrocious this year. Look for CeeDee Lamb, Jake the Turd Ferguson. Jake Ferguson actually was kind of quiet last week, so I don't know what's going on with Dallas. We're just going to probably stay away from that game. Commies, 3.5-point faves over the Giants. Giants could have won this game last time. I feel like this is a different Commanders team that they're rolling into this time. We're going to look for Jaden Daniels over passing touchdowns. Last time they kicked only field goals to win. I think that the offense is going to be a little bit better. I think they're going to be able to put up some points. So we're going to look for Daniels over passing touchdowns. But I'm assuming that's 1.5 at maybe like -1. I'm hoping like -110, -115 at worst. But like I said, no props are up. Can't give you a full read just yet. Tyrone Chasey out with a concussion. If he's not out, might look at some of his props. That dude's been sneaky good the last few weeks, honestly. And it's been kind of fun to watch and see. I love seeing that for the kid, man. Shout out to the former Purdue person as well. So he's from the area. I'm thinking he might be from Indianapolis as well, if I remember correctly. Went to Iowa. Shout out, man, for real. That'll be someone else I'm looking at, but past that, yeah, I might stay. I think Commanders -3.5 might be the main goal for me. Over 43.5, might consider that play as well. Bears, 1.5-point dogs to the Cardinals. I can't do it, can I? Fine. You convinced me. Cards, -1.5. That's written in. If you want to talk about a bet written in red, though, Cards -1.5 just because I leaned them. Past that, I might just stay away. Kind of lean. Roshan Johnson scored for us last week. That part was awesome. What's not awesome is oh shit, I gotta flip pages now. Okay. Apologize. This weird way this page is laid out, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know in that game either. This would be a game. I wouldn't be shocked if either team won. Probably look for Cole Kmet anytime touchdown. Might not be a bad play there. He didn't get too much last week, but like I said, I don't think we need to really bet this game. Eagles, 7.5-point favorites over the Jags. Probably just that just feels way too big. Shout out to Jalen Hurts. 3 touchdowns last week. I can't even remember if Saquon scored last week. I think Jalen Hurts just literally stole all of our touchdowns last week. So, you know what we do on this show, though? We're going to go back to the trio. A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, and Saquon anytime touchdown. Saquon Barkley, anytime touchdown. Sorry, holy hell. I wish I could have explained to you how just trash I wrote his name. We're talking L before the K, Y before the E, and Saquon Barkley. But yeah, we're just going to stick with the 3 guys to score. Pick one of them to score 2 times. I feel like one of these dudes for sure scoring 2 times. My lean is kind of Saquon since Hurts. Excuse me. I kind of put my hat in front of my mouth. My lean is Jalen Hurts. Actually, flip that. My lean is Saquon Barkley because Jalen Hurts scored last week. But it's also, I might have just Freudian slipped you there, and maybe it is Jalen Hurts. He just does it again. And he has another game of tush-pushing touchdowns. I think there's going to be a good amount of rushing on this team. And the Jags, I'm probably looking at taking Saquon's over. And like I said, Saquon's probably going to be the guy I bet to score twice because I think there's going to be a lot of running on this Jags team. Rams Seahawks, 1.5-point game. This is going to be an awesome game. But like I said, though, we got to stay away just for the simple fact that I don't know who's going to win this game. I have futures on Seattle, which would be awesome. So it makes me kind of want to lean Rams to kind of hedge a slight bit. So that's kind of what I'm thinking there, but we'll probably just stay away. Kyron Williams, anytime touchdown, that's a for sure go-to. Because, like I said, he's on that streak. And then Puka, Nacua, and Cooper Kupp. I'm writing down Puka or Kupp. We're going to look at their stats, and we're going to try to bounce some stuff off of them. Cooper didn't have the best of games last game. Puka had an awesome game. Wouldn't be shocked if that ended up flipping. Seattle Seahawks-wise, I mean, Kenneth Walker had a horrible game. Wouldn't be shocked if he had a great game as well. I'll admit, this is probably the first week all NFL season, which I'm surprised, honestly, it took this long, Where there's a lot of these games where it's like, man, I don't like a lot. Like, there's a lot of these games I'm able to be like, I'll look and be like, all right, I can at least like that. I can see how that happening. I can find that. I ain't gonna lie to you. There's a lot of shit that, I look through like 3 or 4 times too, and obviously, like I said, a lot of the props aren't up, so I'm like kind of guessing on the props, guessing some lines based on what they've been all season and based off what I would maybe make them at. And there's a lot where it's just like, ooh, I don't think I'm gonna like that. And then even when you get getting that deep, I might not even get that deep for some game. Like for example, Rams Seahawks. It's like, oh, I don't know who the fuck I want to bet in that game. So it's like, usually when that happens, though, you know it's gonna be a really fun NFL week. So that should be the nice part at least. Staying away from there, Lions 3.5-point favorites. I wonder if this is built in that Love is not playing. I wouldn't be shocked if it is. We're gonna take Lions just because he's probably not playing. We're gonna take Gibbs' rushing over. Gibbs' rushing over has been awesome. It's been hitting a lot lately. He went off last game. Basically, he almost got the over in one run. We're gonna take Gibbs rush over, and then we're gonna take Gibbs or Monty to score again. Both got. I mean, you can bet on either of these guys to score, damn near both, and it's been paying out every single week, so I'd be dumb just to not keep doing it. I mean, in their games together, one has, I think, 19 and 19 games. The other one has, like, 16 and 19 games, touchdowns-wise. I mean, even then, I think it's actually caught up now, so now it's, like, 18 and 20. And in 20 games played, they both have, like, 18 and 20. It's ridiculous. I mean, when they both score, they both win. Obviously they both win, but when they both score, the Lions win as well. So there's a lot that goes really well with this team, but like I said, it's going to be a toss-up game prop-wise. I don't know if Jordan Love's playing, so that's going to keep me off a lot of Packers props. And for the Lions, I mean, we've been doing it all season. Might as well stick with it. We're going to be all over the rushing props of our two boys. Colts, 5.5-point dogs to the Vikings. I think you know where I'm going in this game. Joe Flacco starting. Kind of wish Anthony Richardson could start because we could have got a bigger number, and then if Joe Flacco came in, probably for sure would have covered. I'm just excited to see what the Colts do moving forward. They have a lot of stuff to do. I mean, there's a lot of noise. I mean, Anthony Richardson apparently has come out today and said that Shane Steichen didn't exactly tell him why he's getting benched, which, in my opinion, I mean, that about tells you all you need to know about the whole Anthony Richardson situation right now is the fact that, I mean, I love the guy. He's being a little too honest right now. You can be less honest, you know, like, if Patrick Mahomes came out, it's like, I'm not going to lie, I was a little tired. I tapped myself out there. Even then, I think people will still be clowning his ass. But even then, I think a lot more people will be like, okay. I mean, towards the end, Patrick Mahomes comes out and he's like, yeah, my coach didn't tell me why. My coach didn't explain to me why Travis Kelce isn't starting this week, but we're just gonna live with it and move on. Like, if Patrick Mahomes came out and said a lot of this stuff, obviously the backlash would be insane. I mean, backlash would still be up, but I think there would be a lot more people that would be like, all right, at least it makes a little sense. He won Super Bowls. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Anthony Richardson is nine games into his NFL career. 9. He's only 9 games into his NFL career. Still has so much to grow. I still believe in the kid. I think he's going to be our future. I just genuinely hope. They said there's no timetable for him to return, so apparently what I said Tuesday, they don't even know when they're going to have him back. It's going to take time. It's just hard because the Colts are ready to win now. But at the same time, it's like, are they really ready to win now? Because, I mean, don't get me wrong. I bitched about their defense the whole season, but it just sucks. His team has moments. Anthony Richardson has moments himself. I'm excited for the future of the Colts, but the present Colts right now, it just feels like we're stuck in a little bit of a rut with the mud. I'm excited to see how this team will look under Joe Flacco. And, man, I just hope that my biggest thing I take away from this whole Anthony Richardson situation is I hope there's a fire lit under this kid's ass like no other. Because I just know personally, I mean, he's 22 years old. I know how I would have acted at 22 years old because, man, I'll admit, obviously I'm not in the NFL situation, but I guess it's not even that close of a similar situation, but towards the end of my senior year of college, I didn't play nearly as much as I would have liked to, and that was beyond frustrating and everything. And it's like, I'll admit, if I would have played another season or two, I really feel like that was a great kick in the ass for me, just basically getting sat down a little bit, because all of a sudden it's like, damn, I'm not playing. That's the biggest thing I hope Anthony Richardson gets from this. It's like sitting back and be like, damn, this could all go away. And I think that's just the biggest thing. It's like, I just genuinely think, he's 22 years old. I don't think he gets the full, like, realization of, like, the whole grand scheme of things, because, like, it goes, we don't need to, like I said, I'm going to end this really short. I don't want to bore a lot of people with my Anthony Richardson takes and everything, but I genuinely think there's a lot that he can learn from this, because, like I said, I think he's going to be an awesome opportunity to learn behind Joe Flacco. I think that he can learn how to be a quarterback in the NFL. He can learn all this. And also, the biggest thing, too, is I hope even he can be mad at the Colts. He can be mad at the fans. He can be mad at whoever. I just hope he has chips building up now where it's like, all right, these people want to give up on me. These people want to bench me. Like, no. Fuck that. He can go. It's going to go one or two ways. He can just be lackadaisical. He's either going to go, all right, whatever, I guess I'm benched. I don't know why I got benched, but we're going to just keep moving in stride, and we'll figure it out, and I'll eventually get my chance again, and I'll prove it. Or it can be like hey, we're going to fix this shit. I'm not letting this shit happen again. This is bullshit. I should be starting. I think I'm better than Joe Flacco. I love Joe Flacco to death. He's our guy. I just personally think I'm better than him, and I got to learn. That's basically, that's the part I'm excited for. I'm excited to see where this, where's the you want to, they talk about in the Spider-Man movies. What is canon event? This is a big ass canon event for Anthony Richardson. He said some shit to the media. I admit, like I said, I love that he was as honest with us. Because like I said, a few years down the line, if he's our guy saying shit like this, we're going to laugh about it. Be like, all right, I mean, I don't fully agree with that, Anthony, but like, I'm going to be like, you probably shouldn't be tired week 8. That's an issue, but all right, Anthony, all right. Hey, you're our guy. Let's go. Let's go. But right now, being a young guy saying this stuff, it's just like, hey, I mean, like I said, I'm so excited for the kid. I can't wait for him to get a chance to start again. I can't wait to see the fire that is lit under this guy's ass. I truly, like, I genuinely think there's going to be some improvement from Anthony Richardson. I hope, like I said, if my read on the kid is correct from the stuff I've seen, I hope that there's about to be a fire lit under his ass a little bit, and I think we're going to see a whole new version of Anthony Richardson that hopefully, like I said, he's going to be able to grow. Best part is he's going to be able to learn and grow, hopefully. I mean, like I said, I think we're going to see him again. I wouldn't be shocked to see him again this season. It's just tough because the Colts can win. I think, are they Super Bowl winners? No. Are they contenders? Maybe. I mean, they have enough pieces in place to where if things fall right, they definitely could. But yeah, like I said, we don't need to move on anymore. We're going to take Colts plus 5.5 here. Probably take some Jonathan Taylor stats or some Jonathan Taylor props. Probably, I mean, the Colts, this is a wide open game now. Not like Joe Flacco starting. I mean, this is going to be wide open prop-wise. This is going to be a fun little deep dive I'm going to have to do because, yeah, now that I know officially Joe Flacco starting, it's going to be for near futures. Like Josh Downs is in play. Adonai Mitchell. Been waiting for that boy to score a touchdown. Oh, yeah, I swear to God, I bet this kid every single week, and I watch him get 1 or 2 end zone shots, and then they just no more again. It's like, holy shit, can we get this guy an end zone target? But yeah, Adonai Mitchell, probably look at him, look at Michael Pittman. It's going to be a fun game regardless, I think. Last game, Chiefs, 8.5-point favorite over the Bucs. Straight stay away. If anything, we might take a little. These have been fun for me. They've been like money touchdown score, money line parlays. I've been putting together like 3 or 4 legs. We had 3, so 9 total legs, 3 3-leg parlays. I went 6 of 9, 2 out of 3 in each. Hate to see it, but I've honestly kind of liked these. We're going to look for a Kareem Hunt Chiefs money line. That's probably going to be the one I ride again this week. Because, yeah, past that, I'll probably take some Kareem Hunt rushing stuff. Probably take some DeAndre Hopkins stuff because this is going to be his first full week now with the team. But, yeah, this is going to be... I'm not going to take the Chiefs because I don't think they cover, but I think they win. Which means I should probably bet the Bucs, but I don't want to bet them either, especially with all the injuries they got going on. Probably look at Baker and Mahomes is rushing over. We'll play with that a little bit. Yeah, there's going to be... Feel free to check out Stay On Sports. I'm not going to have anything for this Monday game until either Sunday night rolling into Monday or Monday afternoon. That's pretty much the plan for that game. Yeah, that pretty much does it for NFL. Quickly to reburn through the NFL bets. We like Texans money line, Stroud over 8.5 rushing yards, Joe Mixon rushing over, Joe Mixon anytime touchdown, rushing over and Mixon touchdown are both on NBA jams. Patriots plus 3.5. We're thinking about Saints minus 7. We're thinking about Cardinals minus 1.5. For sure taking Chargers money line. For sure taking Bills minus 5.5. We're going to think about the passing touchdown props for both Josh Allen and Tua Tagovailoa. We're going to take some kicking props in the Atlanta field goal game. We're going to take the Commanders minus 3.5 with Jaden Daniels over passing touchdowns, which should be about 1.5. Don't know for sure yet, though, obviously, because props aren't up. We're going to take our trio for the Eagles game, A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, or Saquon Barkley. Anytime touchdown, look for some Saquon Barkley rushing props as well, along with probably him to score twice. I might even do that this week. Kyren Williams, anytime touchdown. We're going to do that for the Rams game. Past that, probably stay away. Lions minus 3.5. Gibbs rushing over. We're going to take Gibbs or Montgomery anytime touchdown. For me, I'm going to take both again because that's what it's been working out. And, hey, you might even be able to sprinkle one of them 2 times because as of lately, I think last 2 games, both of them has had 2-time touchdown scores. Colts plus 5.5. We'll look at some JT props. Probably look at good amount of receiver props. I just don't know fully, Don't know receptions, yards-wise, all that yet, just what the books have in place. And then last game, we're going to look for Kareem Hunt, anytime touchdown, DeAndre Hopkins, anytime touchdown, D-Hop, props. That's probably what we're looking at for the NFL. So without any further ado, college football, baby. Tonight, for those of you who watch this episode right away, shout out to you real ones who watch it first night that comes out. We got a play for you. Kennesaw, plus 24.5. Coming off their biggest win in program history, first FBS win ever. We're going to take them plus 24.5 against Western Kentucky just to keep it within 24. Jacksonville State plays Liberty. I'm not going to give that out, but you know your boy's going to be all over watching that game. Thursday, we got Tulane and Charlotte. Going to be interesting. Charlotte, 14.5 point dogs. I don't going to stay away from that one. We got UConn, Georgia State. Staying away from that one. South Florida, Florida Atlantic. No. Boise State, 23.5 point favorites over San Diego State. I do lean that. I might take that. Just to have some action on Friday, man. Because I'm going to be honest, I'm probably not going to... I don't think I got too much going on Friday, actually. Yeah, so I might do... we'll do it. Boise minus 23.5, just specifically to have action on Friday. I mean, there's literally... Other than that, there's no other reason I'm taking that game. So now we're going to slowly just talk about some of these other games. I do have some bets on some, but not others. Best way to put it. So... Pretty much just going to go down all these college football games, kind of read them out, give my leans maybe a little bit. And if you want full breakdowns as well, some more full breakdowns going on Captain by Hook with Red Beard to fully explain my bets. So if you, I guess that's the best. Let me rephrase that slightly. So if you want breakdowns of just my bets and only my college football bets, there's definitely going to have that tomorrow on my boys show, Captain by Hook. Today we're going to kind of go over a lot of these games a little bit as I'm scrolling through. Ole Miss, 6.5 point favorites over Arkansas. Probably staying away from that one. UTSA, Memphis, no. Ohio State, 3.5 over Penn State. I'm going to write Ohio State minus 3.5 just in red for the simple fact that Franklin has never won these games. So, I mean, they can still cover, maybe. But, yeah. So, that's literally the only reason we're doing that. Illinois, 2.5 point dogs, plus 100 to Minnesota. We are not taking Minnesota. We're not taking them. We're going to take Illinois again, bounce back off the horrible Oregon loss. I feel like going from playing Oregon to playing Minnesota, I feel like there's going to be a step down just a step down, so it's going to be a little bit easier for Illinois to keep it close. So we're going to do the 2.5, but I'm going to for sure be taking the money line. I especially like the fact that 2.5 is plus money. Eastern Michigan plus 8.5. I don't know why, but I literally can't give you... I can't give you a good reason. This 8.5, whatever reason, has just been speaking to me. Toledo 5-3 in conference. Eastern Michigan, not the best in conference either, but I don't know. It's just kind of speaking to me. I saw the 8.5, so we're gonna. No, I have no realistic good reason to take it. It's just, I was just one of those numbers when I was going through. It's like I kind of like that for whatever reason. 8.5 with a home dog in a game where they can definitely keep that close. Give it to me. Syracuse, 3.5 point dogs, staying away from that. I kind of lean Virginia Tech, though. Akron, Buffalo, staying away from that. Duke, 20.5 point dogs in Miami, Florida. Going to stay away from that, man. I think that game could go either way. I would not be shocked if... We're going to write Duke just in red, just because if I have to pick a side, I kind of lead Duke plus 20.5. I feel like you might even be able to get this to 21 by Saturday, so it'd make me lean them a little bit more. This is the last chance for either of these two teams to win a game this year, potentially. Northwestern, 1.5 point favorites over Purdue. Oh, man, these two teams stink. Don't give me Purdue. I'm just kidding. I'm writing Purdue in red just because of the hometown team. I'm going to talk about them on Rowan's show. I might take them. But, God damn, do they suck this year. So I'm probably going to stay away. NC State, minus 9.5 over Stanford. Tempting, but I'm not going to bet an NC State game because we got so many other games to bet. You hear that? You might need to turn up your volume. Do you hear that? It's convenient. They're actually, funny enough, somebody downstairs. There actually was some noise going on. That wasn't what I was talking about. Someone messing around downstairs. We got Army, minus 21.5. That was the sound of a wagon coming through. Army's covered every single game this year. Army's looked amazing in every single game this year. Army has not had very many close games yet this year. Going against an Air Force team that by far, if this was Navy, that game, I can't wait for the Army-Navy game. I won't be shocked if Air Force covers here, I will say. This just because it's the academy game, the military academy game, so there's going to be a little bit of extra juice in this one for both these teams, but I like Army to just win it outright and win it big. Just that's because that's what they've done for us this year. Oregon, 15.5 point favorites over Michigan. We're going to write this one in red as well. But this is something I'm definitely tempted to take, just for the fact that they've been dominant this year and Michigan's not been too good. So that's a game I might come back to. Vanderbilt 6.5-point dogs to Auburn. Give me Vandy plus 6.5. I mean, I feel like there's been so many opportunities to get Vandy at plus money this year, and they've been playing pretty well in most of those games, so I'm going to take them again at plus money, especially against an Auburn team that Vanderbilt was 18-point dogs to Texas. Actually kept that close. I think Texas is better than Auburn. I know that's a horrible way to handicap, but me doing my silly boy handicapping, if they can keep it close with Texas, they can keep it close with Auburn. We'll see, though. Well, I like Vandy 6.5. I might even take them as a money line dog. Appalachian State 2.5-point dogs at home. Tempting. Going to stay away from that. UAB, Tulsa, no. Marshall, UN Monroe 10.5. Tempting. ULM tempting 10.5, but no. Nebraska 6.5-point favorites over UCLA. No, just because Raiola's truly looking. Raiola's looked a lot like a freshman this year. He's had a lot more moments than I thought he would, which I guess makes sense because he's a freshman. I thought he would look a slight bit better than he has, though. We're going to give him time, though. I'm not going to judge him too early, but yeah, it's just been weird. Kansas State, 12.5-point favorites over Houston. We're going to write that in red. We're going to come back to this game. This might be if we're up heavy after the noon games, maybe take them minus 12.5, but this is just to keep my eyes on that game. I don't know if I'm actually going to take it. Georgia, 16.5-point favorites over Florida. There's zero interest in that game. I think Georgia probably should win that. Are they going to cover? Probably, but no reason to mess around with that. UCF, minus 6.5 over Arizona. I'm staying the hell away from both of those teams. Oh, you hear that? It's the Red Wagon now. Indiana. They think I'm scared of a motherfucking hook. I won't lie. I'm a little bit scared. But Indiana, we're going to go IU minus 7.5. They're Michigan State, 7.5-point dogs to Indiana. Indiana on the road, this is going to be a tough test for them. I don't know if Curtis Rourke is back yet officially. If he is back, I feel like this number is definitely going to go up some. I'm planning on Rourke not playing again. And even if Rourke doesn't play again, I think that Indiana is going to be able to... I just think that Indiana's going to be able to put up points on them. So I'm not too intimidated by the fact that... So Cignetti's optimistic that Rourke will start against Michigan State. So I'm probably going to bet this number before it moves. Because if he plays, I'm probably going to move to 8, 9, maybe even 10. I genuinely think that Indiana's going to win this game. We've talked about it. We talked about it, yesterday damn near. They're losing. They're on Michigan, Ohio State. Those are the only two games I can even consider them potentially losing. And even Michigan, I'm like, I don't know, man. This is Indiana football we're talking about. If that doesn't show you how much I believe in our man Cignetti, I don't know what else I can do to prove it. He's a winner. Google him. No, but give me Indiana minus 7.5. UTEP, Middle Tennessee, nah. North Carolina, 2.5-point favorites over Florida State. Fuck no. Stay away from that Florida State games. Iowa State, 13.5-point favorites over Texas Tech. We are going to write down Iowa State in red. So this is a maybe. This is a nice potential hedge opportunity if we want to take Texas Tech. To where if Texas Tech wins, it's like, oh, that's awesome for a Colorado future. But if they don't, I win. It's just one of those situations. I'll probably just end up staying away from this game because of my Colorado futures. I already have some investment in this game now, so I'm going to keep our eyes on it. Wyoming, New Mexico, no thank you. Coastal Carolina, Troy, no thank you. Navy, 10.5-point favorites over Rice. We will take it. Why not? Navy did get kind of crushed by Notre Dame last week, which is pretty awesome because I think it helped lower this number a little bit. Rice isn't that good. They're a decent team, not an amazing team, so I'm going to be looking for... Yeah, I'm just going to be looking for Navy to win this by about 14, probably 13 to 14-ish points. Not my favorite bet I'm giving out, but I still think it's, doable. UMass, Mississippi State, no thank you. Oklahoma State, Arizona State, no thank you, honestly. Let's just stay away from that. Fresno, Hawaii, no thank you. Also, no kickoffs after 8 p.m. It's kind of weird. Louisville, Clemson, that's going to be a great game. Georgia and South Alabama should be fun for our whatever conference they're in. Is that Sunbelt East, Sunbelt West? I think it's that conference. Iowa, 3.5-point favorites over Wisconsin. Another fun game. Brendan Sullivan, if he's starting, I like Iowa a lot. I like their chances a lot to win that game. If not, oh boy. Texas A&M, though. This is probably, I think, one of my last bets of the weekend. Texas A&M, 2.5-point favorites. And South Carolina. Okay, I didn't realize that. I still like it, though. I think Texas A&M can... Actually, I did realize that. Why the fuck did I say that? I don't know why I said that. I knew Texas A&M was on the road. But I like Texas A&M to win this game. This is probably one of their few... I mean, their schedule's not too bad. They're +4. They have a chance to make the SEC title game, too, if they can keep winning. This is the rest of the remaining schedule. So after beating SU, they have South Carolina this upcoming week. Then they got New Mexico State, Auburn, Texas. So this is their second remaining biggest game between this and Texas. So I expect them to win this game. I mean, 3 is not too bad at all either. I love that number at 3. Love this number as well. Pitt, 7.5-point dogs. I love the fact that 7.5. It feels like a lot of points for a Pitt team that's actually been pretty good this year. So like I said, love the fact that 7.5. So I'll be taking that. Colorado State, Nevada, nothing there for you. And then TCU, Baylor. I lean TCU a little bit at +3.5, but that's just a game that I got no reason. I don't need to bet on it. So, to end it real quick, these are all the maybes. I'll give out the maybes first. Maybes are Ohio State -3.5, Kansas State -12.5, Oregon -15.5, Iowa State -13.5, Duke +20.5. These are all, for sure, we're betting them. I was about to say the L word that we don't, LOCKS. We don't use that word too much around here. That's reserved for special teams. Boise State -23.5. That's for sure betting. Illinois +2.5 for sure. Eastern Michigan at +8.5. The Wagons, Army -21.5. IU -7.5. Vandy +6.5. Navy -10.5. Texas A&M -2.5. And Pitt Panthers +7.5. Thank y'all for watching, man. Thank you for all the support. I really do appreciate it. Colorado's off this weekend. Get out to Colorado. Can't wait to watch the rest of their game. That's probably, between Colorado and Boise State, those are probably my 2 favorite schools I'll be watching the rest of the season. Because those are the teams that I'm most heavily vested in. We've talked about it a little bit. We got Boise State to make the playoffs +200. Gave it out on Rowan's show. He actually just asked me on the fly. He's just like, hey, by the way, do you want to, he's like, college football teams, which are some you like? And we just found Boise at +200. It's like, oh, those are actually some amazing odds. So we like that. And then Colorado, we talked about in this show. Got them to win the Big 12. Got them to make the college football playoffs. Got Travis Hunter for the Heisman. Got Shedeur Sanders for the Heisman. I feel like he should be getting some loves. That boy right now is looking like Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders is going to be the number 1 QB and number 1 player. Sorry, number 1 non-QB taken off the board. Oh man, I'm so happy Colorado's good this year. I really do believe in. Do you believe? I just love. They're a fun team to watch, and the fact that they're good now makes it even better. Because they're fun to watch. They talk shit. People are going to be in tune for them. I'm really excited. It's going to be a fun weekend of football. Can't wait to watch the Colorado boys get back, obviously, and man, can't wait to watch all these games. It's going to be a lot of fun games this weekend. We are officially like a month out from the college football season ending. We're on week 10 of 14, because week 15 is Army Navy, and then we got. I think I might have misspoken that. We'll check this out. This will be the last thing, obviously, but yeah, It's time, man. I mean, this season's basically almost over. It's crazy that we're already there. Yeah, we got week 11, 12, 13, 14. And then week 15, I guess, is the conference championship games. Yeah, week 14, Tuesday, November 26th, will be the last regular season weekend of the college football season. Wow. Crazy that's already here. But we'll be back on this feed Tuesday to go over everything like normal. Recap all the stuff that happened this weekend in college football and NFL. And then, man, if you want to catch more bets tomorrow, I'll be appearing with Captain by Hook unless I'm told otherwise. He is getting back from vacation, so there's a chance it gets canceled last minute. But as of right now, should be appearing on my boys' show tomorrow to give out all these bets and maybe 1 or 2 extra. Thank you all for watching. Love the support. Thank you all. Truly do appreciate it. I'll see everybody back in this feed on Tuesday to go over the action that we saw this weekend.